Hello everyone and welcome to Endless Sky. I've been starting a lot of new series on the channel, so it's kind of weird, but I think next video coming out will be Terraria, so something familiar. But this is Endless Sky. It's a game inspired by Escape Velocity, which I never played, but yeah. So I've never played Escape Velocity, but this game is based on it, and it took inspiration anyways. And it's a pretty good game. I've played it quite a bit. Done some modding. I'm not gonna do any modding for this series, but I think what I'm gonna start out doing is the first ship I want to get. I'm debating between the Star Barge, which is like high cargo space, or the shuttle, which is high passenger space. And I think I'm gonna go with the Star Barge, because that means I'm gonna buy the Star Barge, randomize the name because I'm not gonna have it for long. I'm planning on buying a new one pretty soon. This is the first quest. With some trepidation, you give the shipyard owner your money and take your new ship for a test drive, piloting it out of the shipyard and onto a spare landing pad by the spaceport. Then you get out and look over the ship a bit more closely. You're busy polishing out a few rust spots with a piece of steel wool when an old man in grease-stained coveralls? I've never seen that word. I've seen overalls. Never heard of I think they're coveralls. Nothing like buying your very first starship, he says. Yeah, I'm still kind of in shock over how much money I spent. Well, I don't plan to get too attached. I'll be flying something. Yeah, let's see what that. This is the beginning thing. I'm sure you will, but there's something nice to having a ship you can pilot all by yourself. Believe me, once you have to start managing crew and paying salaries or keeping track of a whole fleet, you'll miss those days when everything was simple. Your captain, you ask, was sold off my fleet a few days ago, and I already miss it, but it was time for me to retire. His voice trailed up and his face lights up. So, any chance I could hitch a ride with you, maybe show you the ropes, give you some pointers? I could pay you, of course. Sure, where are you trying to get to? Sounds good. I don't want to do all the reading, at least for these basic quests. The game's quite slow, which is why you hit the caps lock key and it speeds it up by 3 times, which is a great feature because otherwise, being a this is a relatively new feature, this caps lock thing. So trying to do cargo runs, like just trade routes, would be painful without it. It'd be horribly slow. Oh wow, I got really still there. It's hard to get completely still. You basically can't in this game, which sucks. But yeah, this is where he wants us to go, so we click there, out of the map, press J to jump, and there we go, we're here, and now we land on the planet. I'm just gonna keep it in caps lock mode from now on. Congrats on your first trip through hyperspace. I'm impressed you didn't throw up. Most folks do the first time. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly close something. I just want to close some stuff. It's in the way. Okay, he hands you 10,000 credits. Nice. Now you meet him in the spaceport, and I just want to speed through these first quests because they're reading all those very slow. I'll read the main plot line later, but these are just the tutorial quests. So there's another 30,000 credits. Here's my balance. There's where I am, the date in the game. It takes place 1,000 years ahead of our current time. I can't remember how to get to there. Tania Australis. I think it's this way. To be perfectly honest, I think it's this way. But I'm not sure, actually. I was wrong. I was very wrong, and now I need to ask for help from a friendly ship. Well, doesn't seem like there's many friendly ships who want to help. Please. Oh, thank God. And he's a tough one, too. Hey! Okay, I'm gonna tell you, ask for help. Oh, I see a good opportunity for some money. This pirate's disabled, which means I can board his ship and take his stuff. Yeah. Nice. Okay, I need to... Oh crap, that's a rush delivery? Are you serious? How am I gonna get there? I don't have time. Oh, I do. I do have time. Unless it's... Okay, I think once you're in the system, you're fine. Oh, I think I failed. I think I failed the mission. Oh, I definitely did. Well... that's embarrassing. It's because I took a big detour going that way. You're supposed to try to get straight there. Well, what a shame. How does that even happen? I've played this game quite a bit, and I still don't know my way around, apparently. Okay, this is my first trade route I normally like to use. It's very good. From this system to this system. So I'm gonna head up here. You can see all the good stuff. I can buy luxury goods in this system. If I buy all in luxury goods, fly up to Alfred. This is gonna be a very lengthy recording, time-lapsey kind of series, because it's a very grindy kind of game. And here I buy metal. Keep in mind this is a trade route I've memorized. I know it by heart because I've done it so much farming in off. I'm gonna buy a fuel pod, which gives me 1 extra hyperspace jump before I run out of hyperspace fuel. This is just the outfitter. You could buy engines, everything your ship, like all your ship's equipment and stuff you buy here. And I'm gonna buy, should I buy a blaster turret? Oh, I don't even have enough space actually. I would love that because I would be able to fight off pirates somewhat. Not really, but it would be pretty useless actually because of how fast I would die. Basically, these are like fancy thrusters. These are really strong thrusters. The atomic steering and stuff, atomic stuff is really powerful. Ion is like, these ones are heat efficient. These ones are less heat efficient, but they're more powerful than Ion. And these ones are just like a great balance between the two. These are probably the most powerful, but they're also highly expensive. Like you'll see the weakest atomic thruster is 140k compared to 12k. So, very expensive. So I am a cargo ship. I want to... What else do I need? I can't get a cargo expansion. I need... This is outfit space, so that's basically all this equipment. And then you have specialized ones like weapon capacity. That's how much these take weapon capacity and outfit space. And then there's engines as well. I have 1 turret mount free on the star barge, but I don't have the space to put a turret. So... yeah, this is probably like a lot to take in, but I'm used to it, so it's hard to sort of like ease into just like, I don't know, it's hard to sort of explain everything because it's a complicated game when you first start, and you normally will end up looking up tutorials, which isn't always the best. I'm just gonna buy some solar panels. I really don't have it. Oh crap, those were expensive actually. I don't want the solar panels. I'll pay it off quick. No. This trade route requires me to buy luxury goods, which are the most expensive, like, cargo in the game. So I'm just gonna... screw it. I'm just debating whether to get these solar panels. I think once I sell the metal in my cargo hold, I'll have enough to buy the luxury goods. Nope, don't want to mess with you. Okay, sell all. I have 71,000 credits. I have 50 to buy. Okay. And I'm just gonna... To get this ship, you have to take out a loan, and the game immediately, like, from the start, it puts you in debt. And the interest gains higher unless you... The interest almost doubles the entire principal of the thing. Actually, I think I just screwed myself, to be honest. Wait, let me move this. I want to put it right in the middle, because it's in the way. That's like my little... That guy just blow me up? Oh, he did. Oh, okay. Let me just reload here. That's basically what you do. Either, if you die, you basically just load until your last time you landed on a planet. So if you go really far without doing any landing, you might get screwed over. The game's plot gets pretty interesting. There's aliens and just lots of cool stuff. Ow, I hit my hand. Okay, there's 76,000 back, thank God. Okay, I'm gonna say the home base is Delta Valorum, which is the other end of the trade. I'm gonna say that's my home station for paying off extra in my loan, because honestly, you can't let that interest get too crazy. I'm gonna die. Yeah, I died. Okay, load up. I just have to do those few jumps again, so it's not so bad. Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, because I have to buy the luxury goods at one end, so I would like to know my money after I buy the luxury goods. That's what I would want to count my money by. So, sell that. Buy luxury goods. I'm gonna pay off 10,000 here, And I'm just gonna run through this. I'm gonna try to pay off my entire loan. This is why I said this would be a very time-lapsey series. I'm gonna have to go through a lot of Newgrounds music to fill in these time lapses. But yeah, so sell the luxury goods. I'm at 81k. All right, so let the time lapse begin. Okay, I just got this message. I don't think it's very important, but it says, today, throughout human space is Remembrance Day, the anniversary of the beginning of the Alpha Wars more than 5 centuries ago. The Alphas were genetically engineered soldiers with superhuman agility and intelligence, a complete lack of compassion or empathy. At the height of the war, dozens of planets had been enslaved by the Alphas. Remembrance Day commemorates the beginning of the war rather than its end, as a perpetual reminder that war is not over. Although the Alphas were defeated, some of them escaped and remained in hiding, and they and their offspring are still presumed to be present in the galaxy today. Since the Alpha War, genetic resequencing technology has been very tightly controlled. Because the Alphas were a product of experimental genetic manipulation rather than natural evolution, it is believed that their genes are less robust than true human beings, and that they are almost unable to have viable offspring without access to special technology. Therefore, most Alpha enclaves that have been discovered since the war have had very small populations, no more than a few dozen. These days, when the Navy ensures peace throughout much of the galaxy, on many worlds, the Alphas are treated as nothing more than a boogeyman story to frighten children. Because the most striking physical feature of the Alphas was their photosynthetic skin. On some worlds, kids even run around wearing green face paint on Remembrance Day, trying to frighten people. But on other worlds, especially on the fringes of space where the Navy seldom patrols, the Alphas are still spoken of with fear. They're like, the story can sometimes be very long-winded, which isn't always very entertaining. But I might go back to time-lapsing now. I know it's kind of not entertaining to watch, but once I get into space battles, hopefully a couple episodes in, it'll get more entertaining. Did I just get disabled with one missile while mid-hyperspace jump? That's so cool! The guy shot a missile at me at the exact moment that I was jumping into hyperspace, and it hit me while I was mid-hyperspace jump and disabled me once I got into the system that I was going to. That's like... He's like the main character of a movie. He's got the biggest, like, plot look. Just makes everything super easy for him because he's the main character. Wow, that was great. Okay, I'm still making good money, but anyway, I'll find a different song for this one, and back to the time lapse. Alright, well, here we go. This is the final loan payment, and she's gone. So basically, that means that traveling, normally every jump I would make, so if I would go from here to here, that's one jump, that line. If I would go, this would be 4 daily payments on that loan, and originally it would have been 3,000 a day. Was that a nuke? Did they just nuke me? I didn't even know that was a thing this early in the game. My next objective is to get a second barge, and that's what I'll end this episode on. So currently I can just run back and forth and make tons of money because of how simple it is to run this route. And you guys probably saw this route getting run, like, it would be every 10 to 20 seconds was a round trip because of the speed up. So for me it's this speed, so let's say that was the first jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like about 10 seconds from launching the first jump, on the assumption that I don't die, and combined with that it's probably 12 seconds total per round trip. So providing I don't get pushed around by pirates and have to reload the game, it's probably about a 30-second round trip of actual flying. but including the planet side stuff where I'm actually buying the goods, it's probably less than a minute still. So yeah. And once I get a second barge, it'll just follow me around like it's a fleet member, and it'll also have 50 cargo space. Can I buy it here? Oh, I can't actually buy a star barge here. That sucks. One of my favorite ships to get is the Scout early game because it's very versatile. It's like a combination of the star barge. It's a combination of the star barge and like a heavy shuttle, except better than the shuttle, heavy shuttle. Because it's got 12 bunks, which this one only has 6, the basic shuttle, which was supposed to be a good transport. It's got 55 cargo space, so it's also got more than the star barge. It's got multiple guns, and it's got 2 guns and an anti-missile turret, which shoots down missiles coming towards you. It's generally pretty good for early game, and it's also got a lot of hyperspace fuel, so you can go long distances without needing to stop. So it's a very versatile ship for early game, but it's not super strong in any of the regions. Am I dumb? I am dumb. I'm so dumb. I forgot to sell and buy again at Alfred, so I ended up bringing the luxury goods right back, and the price was reduced, so I lost money. Good job, me. Sorry about that, I had to beat my mic. I thought someone came back, but they didn't. I heard the door. The moment you step off your ship, you realize something is very wrong. The spaceport is eerily quiet, and a large crowd of people is gathered around a video screen in the local bar. You ask what's happening, and someone explains. Recently, a collection of local governments in the Southern Galactic Arm sent the Republic Parliament what had amounted to an ultimatum, a refusal to pay taxes until certain reforms were made in trade tariffs, ship licensing, and election of planetary representatives. The coalition calls themselves the Free Worlds. Parliament outright refused to consider the demands. Then, in the early morning, nuclear explosions on Geminis and Martini destroyed the Republic Navy Yard and the Galactic Stock Exchange, crippling the military and economic center of the Republic. The Free Worlds disclaim any responsibility for the attacks, despite the timing and the fact that the attacks served their purposes very well. Unless the terrorists can be found for themselves in, civil war is imminent. It has been less than a year since you bought your ship, and already the galaxy is falling apart on you. So yeah, that's the beginning of the main storyline. Later they're gonna add more paths to the storyline, where you'll be able to choose sides and stuff, but right now there's only one side, which is the Free Worlds. You get to join the Free Worlds. That's the only side to the war you're actually allowed to join at this stage in development. Anyways, this should be, I'm gonna start what is here. Yeah, final time lapse. I wasn't looking. Whoa, look at that, there's just a giant, that was a pretty big battle for AIs anyways. Normally you don't see that in your serial mission, but anyway, here comes the final time lapse of the video. So great, I love that. Final time lapse of the video, so here we go. Alright, we have the money necessary to buy a second ship to add to my fleet. Now, I checked where you might see me do this. I clicked on the star barge, and because this is orange, this means this place sells the star barge. So that seems like the closest, but that's only because I haven't explored around here. What I do know is the closest is actually down here on a very, on a familiar star system, you might say. A very familiar one. Because it is Sol. Our star system. We're on the moon, there's Earth. This is in the game, and apparently, I didn't know this when I first played this game, but a lot of these things actually exist. Like, I think Aldebaran is a real star, Sirius is a real star. Down here, I think this one is called, I think this one's, yeah, Alpha Centauri. I knew the name, but I couldn't think of it for a second. There's Betelgeuse around here. Like, these are real stars, apparently. I didn't know that, which is kind of cool that they did that. But yeah, the moon is the main shipyard in this system. The story behind that being apparently they made their ships here once they had good travel because of the low gravity, so you didn't have to use as much fuel leaving the atmosphere, which makes a lot of sense. And there is no atmosphere. But yeah, here's the freighter, which we'll be upgrading to eventually. It has 150 cargo space. It's just a very extended version of the star barge, really. There's the Sparrow, which was the original ship you could use. There's the Berserker, which is a more advanced version of that. Some bigger ships. But for now, at the end of this episode, right now, we are going to buy a second star barge by randomize the name 8 stars. The 8 stars has joined our fleet, and as you can see, here he is. He follows us around, which I think is pretty cool. He carries just as much cargo as us, so we have 100 total space, which means we'll actually be making double the profits, which is quite a bit when you think about it. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here, so thank you for watching. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and hit notifications to know when I upload. See you next time. Bye.